To open the software, I click on the InLab SW 4.0 icon. This opens the software and checks whether a valid license is available. On the left-hand side, you can see the respective dentists and patients. And on the right-hand side, the patient cases. Here, below the detail preview, you can see the scan. I activate the System menu on the top left. In this menu, I can save the cases, also under a new name, as well as import and export cases. I am also able to open my License Manager in order to display my USB stick status. Furthermore, I can define the new options of my software under Configuration. Option: ADA and FDI tooth numbering. In order to specify the International or American odontogram, I then press the back button. The restoration parameters. If Yes is activated, the restoration parameters for every single restoration are repeatedly queried. If I no longer want this, I click on No. Warnings. If warnings are not desired, simply click on No. I then go back. Order database. The patient data are saved here. If, for example, I define the patient database on an internal server, I could click on Search and then save the patient data externally on an NRS or server. Restoration calculation. Calculate several restorations. At present, the software has been set for automatic and simultaneous calculation if I have scanned several restorations. If this is not desired, simply click on No. Toolbar. If Yes is set here, the toolbar automatically disappears when not in use. If this is not desired, simply click on No. I can get new milling machines and activate new scanners under Devices. In order to search for these automatically in the network, I simply click on Search for New Devices and the network then queries all newly connected devices. In order to calibrate a newly connected device, I activate the ladder and find below in the status bar calibration for the camera system and the XYZ alignment. I can now activate the sensitivity of my scanner in imaging mode. I confirm by clicking on OK and return to my device mode. I now also have the option of setting up the MCXL, entering a new name here, activating manual block fixation, activating both burr sets, the internal scanner, or the barcode scanner. I can calibrate my MCXL as well as burr sets 1 and 2 under calibration. If the burr set is highlighted in yellow, it is active, and I confirm by pressing Start. The machine aligns its burr sets. I insert the calibration pins and the calibration triangle and confirm again by pressing Start. Following calibration, I select the burrs which I wish to use in the burr set. Burr set 1, size 20 burrs for the sintered ceramics, left step burr 20 and right cylinder pointed 20, and I confirm again by pressing Start. To change the instruments, I click on Change Instruments, and can then change to either burr set 1 or 2. To this end, I have to click on Start again. The machine instruments are positioned. I state which instrument is to be changed and confirm again with Start. After configuration of the milling unit, I click on End Configuration. I also have the option of defining the parameters individually. For this, I click on Configuration and Parameters. The respective indications. In the left-hand window, we can see all the active parameters which are necessary for restoration of a crown. The posterior and anterior teeth are currently set to biogenerics. If this is not desired, I set the controller to No and can now define a basic form. On confirming with OK, this form is used for the restoration proposal. The same applies for the posterior teeth. If biogenerics are desired, I set the controller to Yes and confirm with OK. The spacer is responsible for the fit of my restoration. Low number, tight fit. High number, loose fit. This depends on the respective milling unit. I confirm again by pressing OK. Occlusal offset. If I continually have excessively strong occlusal contacts, I could reduce the occlusal contacts during milling. Proximal contact point strength. Strong contacts, loose contacts. The same occlusally, strong contacts, loose contacts. Minimum wall thicknesses, both radially and occlusally, are defined as standard parameters as per the manufacturer's recommendations. If this is not desired, I set the controller to No again and can then define the minimum occlusal and radial wall thicknesses myself. This depends, of course, on the occlusal space. I confirm again with OK and do the same radially. I move the controller to No and now define my minimum radial wall thickness. Margin reinforcement is also determined by the material used. If this is not desired, I move the controller to No and determine my own margin reinforcement. I confirm with OK. Milling radius correction. Here, the software takes account of the specific geometry of my abrasive or milling body. If this is not desired, I move the controller back to Yes. Remove undercuts. The software already blocks out undercuts automatically and thus prevents excessive friction. I confirm again with OK. Should I wish to reset the parameters to the standard values, I click on Reset All Group Parameters and confirm with OK. This then resets all the parameters to the standard values. To end the configuration, I simply click on End Configuration, and I am now ready to start a new case.